So this is the JPA basic program that I have created. It's an employee management system. And basically what we're going to do here is just quickly walk through the program and make sure that I have explained it properly. So what we have here is the start program. This is the main class, and we are basically implementing the business logic that we find inside of the employee entry helper.java class up here. This is where the main work of this entire program happens. We are using basically a static entity manager factory class and the persistence class to do a create entity manager factory. This entity manager factory is going to be what creates each entity manager, which allows us to, in each method, instantiate an entity manager and then begin and persist transactions, commit those transactions, and then close our resources. And that is the general trend in each of these methods, is that we will follow that pattern of beginning a transaction, persisting, merging, deleting, whatever we need to do to the database. We will commit that change and then we will close our resources. So um, the reason why we've done the static is that this is a resource intensive class. And what we want to do is we want to only have one of these instantiated so as to limit our resource usage. This way, each independent method is only instantiating one entity manager at a time, and we only have the entity manager factory instantiated once. We're also using typed queries to increase our data typed safety, and we are using JPQL to manipulate the databases. This is a modified SQL format. So we are basically doing this for being able to update, search, and all the manipulation we need to do. We've also annotated a plain old Java object, and that allows us to create this object as an entity in the database. It becomes a table in our database with an ID being a primary key, a generated value being a sequence, and then each of the columns, which are our instance variables, becoming column in the database table. Then we have our basic rest of the POJO, and that leads us to basically starting our program so we can see it in action. So we will start by adding an employee because currently we don't have any employees, and I'll hire myself. So first name and last name, and has been added. So now we can check that by clicking 4, and my name is there added. But maybe for this company, we don't want to have it so fancy. So we'll edit my first name. So we'll search by first name, and I'll type Christopher so that we can find it. And there it's been found. And then we'll put my employee number of number 1. And I want to update my first name because we're going to be a little bit more casual, and we'll put in Chris. Now, if we view the list again, we'll see that I am now far more casual, and I'm Chris. Maybe company leadership didn't like that decision, though, so we're going to actually be fired now, and we'll have to delete my name from the database. But since it's been updated, we'll have to put in the first name of Chris, and the last name, Saeed, is still the same. And what we have here is now, if we click 4 again, we will see that, in fact, there is nobody in the database anymore. And that basically shows you that the program is working, and I have now exited